From ancient fire-lit caves to the glow of our phone screens, human belief systems have evolved in ways we never could have imagined. How did we go from worshiping nature to debating philosophy on the internet? Stick around, because today, we're diving into the evolution of human belief systems. And trust me, it's a wild ride. The rise of belief systems. Our story begins tens of thousands of years ago. Picture this. Early humans huddled around a fire, staring at the vast night sky, trying to make sense of it all. They saw the moon wax and wane, the stars shift, and the sun rise and fall, patterns that felt both mystical and mysterious. Without science or Google to explain things, they turned to what they knew best: nature. The rustling trees, the flowing rivers, and the crackling thunder all seemed to hold secrets, guiding their daily lives. Through stories passed down from generation to generation, they began to interpret these natural forces as spirits, gods, or celestial beings that influenced their fates. This marked the beginning of humanity's deep-rooted quest for meaning and understanding in an unpredictable world. This is where animism kicks in, the belief that everything in nature has a spirit. The river, the trees, even that really big rock over there. It wasn't just superstition, it was survival. Imagine being an early human facing a raging storm or a mysterious illness. Having a belief that these forces were controlled by spirits or deities gave people a sense of control over an unpredictable world. They crafted rituals, dances, and offerings, believing they could appease these spirits to bring rain, ensure a good hunt, or ward off disasters. Over time, these practices became deeply embedded in their culture, setting the stage for more complex religious systems to emerge. As these beliefs evolved, entire mythologies and oral traditions were formed, shaping the identity of early human communities. Shamans and spiritual leaders became intermediaries between the people and the spirits, interpreting natural events and guiding their societies in both practical and moral matters. This deep connection to nature fostered not only spiritual beliefs, but also a respect for the environment, influencing hunting, agricultural practices, and social structures. These early belief systems, rooted in survival, would eventually give rise to more structured polytheistic and monotheistic traditions, forever shaping human civilization. Fast forward a few millennia, and humans start organizing these beliefs into structured religions. Major monotheistic religions, such as Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, emerged, shaping vast civilizations and providing moral and spiritual guidance to billions. The teachings of figures like Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad influenced legal systems, cultural norms, and philosophical thought for centuries. Temples are built, myths are written, and rules are set. Religion becomes more than just personal faith. It's a way to unite people, establish laws, and answer the big questions of life. As civilizations flourished, these religions became the backbone of societies, shaping governance, culture, and ethics. Great cities rose around sacred sites, and religious institutions gained influence, dictating moral codes and defining what was considered just and unjust. Leaders and rulers often aligned themselves with religious authorities to legitimize their power, intertwining faith and politics in ways that still echo in our modern world. Religion also became a means of education and knowledge preservation, as scribes recorded sacred texts that would guide generations to come. The shift from scattered spiritual practices to structured doctrines changed the course of human history forever. Religions also played a key role in shaping artistic and architectural advancements, with grand temples, intricate frescoes, and sacred sculptures reflecting humanity's deepest spiritual aspirations. Over time, religious institutions became centers of learning, fostering advancements in literature, philosophy, and even early scientific thought. Religious pilgrimages and missionary movements led to cross-cultural exchanges, introducing new philosophies, practices, and technologies to different civilizations. While belief systems provided a sense of identity and purpose, they also sometimes fueled ideological conflicts, leading to power struggles and wars. Despite this, religion continued to be a powerful force, evolving with time to adapt to new societal structures and challenges. The enduring impact of these structured belief systems remains evident in today's global traditions, values, and institutions. The evolution of beliefs. But here's where things get interesting. As human curiosity grew, so did our need for answers beyond myths and divine beings. Enter science. From the moment early humans started observing the stars and tracking the seasons, a shift was happening. Questions arose. Why does the sun rise and set? What causes sickness? Can we predict the weather? These questions laid the groundwork for systematic inquiry. Over time, thinkers and philosophers started relying on observation, testing, and logical reasoning, rather than religious or mythological explanations. The development of scientific methodology marked a turning point in human history. Early civilizations, from Mesopotamians to the Greeks and Chinese scholars, began recording astronomical patterns, experimenting with medicine, and engineering solutions to practical problems. The scientific revolution, led by pioneers like Galileo, Newton, and Kepler, challenged centuries-old beliefs, shaking the very foundations of society. Their work not only advanced our understanding of the universe, but also laid the groundwork for the modern scientific process, one based on empirical evidence, experimentation, and peer review. With discoveries in astronomy, medicine, and physics, humans began to understand their world in a radically different way, one based on evidence rather than faith alone. This shift was not without resistance, as many traditional authorities, including religious institutions, sought to suppress disruptive new ideas. However, the momentum of discovery proved unstoppable, leading to groundbreaking advancements in technology, industry, and medicine that continue to shape our lives today. The Enlightenment era shook the world, literally. Scientific discoveries debunked long-held religious explanations, shifting the focus to logic, observation, and experimentation. Suddenly, the Earth wasn't the center of the universe anymore, and people started questioning everything. Thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Kant pushed forward new ideas on individual rights, governance, and personal freedom. Philosophers challenged traditional authority, emphasizing reason over blind faith, and advocating for education and democracy. The printing press accelerated this intellectual revolution, making books and ideas more accessible than ever. Suddenly, knowledge was no longer confined to the elite. It was spreading among the masses, igniting debates, inspiring reforms, and fueling revolutionary ideas. Education began shifting from religious doctrine to broader disciplines, allowing people to explore philosophy, politics, and science in new ways. As a result, societies underwent profound transformations, giving birth to revolutions, democratic movements, and secular governance that continue to shape our modern world. The American and French revolutions were fueled by these new ideals, breaking down monarchies and introducing the concept of human rights on a scale never seen before. The Enlightenment didn't just change how people thought, it changed how societies functioned, paving the way for modern democracy, constitutional law, and the ongoing struggle for freedom and equality worldwide. And with that, a new era of belief emerged, one where personal freedom and secularism started taking center stage. people began defining their own moral codes outside of religious doctrine, leading to movements like humanism and atheism. The focus shifted toward self-discovery, ethics rooted in reason, and personal interpretations of spirituality. This era saw the rise of philosophical debates on morality, the separation of church and state, and the questioning of long-held traditions. But don't get it twisted. Religion didn't disappear. It evolved, adapted, and in many cases became even more personal. Many found ways to merge traditional faith with modern ideologies, blending ancient wisdom with contemporary perspectives, leading to the development of progressive religious movements, interfaith dialogues, and alternative spiritual practices. Whether through meditation, mindfulness, or community-driven philosophies, belief continued to play an integral role in shaping individual and societal values. The power of belief. Now, here's the kicker. Beliefs, whether religious, political, or philosophical, shape everything. They influence our actions, decisions, and even our perception of reality. From the way we vote to how we treat others, our belief systems act as unseen architects of our everyday lives. They shape cultures, define values, and even influence how we interpret facts. This is why two people can look at the same event and draw completely different conclusions, because their beliefs filter their reality. Whether it's through faith, ideology, or experience, our beliefs mold our identity and determine how we interact with the world around us. Beliefs don't just shape individuals, they define entire societies. They drive innovation and progress, inspiring great achievements in art, science, and politics. They also influence social structures, from the way communities organize themselves to the laws that govern nations. On a personal level, they affect our relationships, guiding our moral compass and ethical decisions. Beliefs can be a source of unity, bringing people together under shared ideals, or a source of division, creating ideological conflicts and misunderstandings. In a rapidly changing world, where information and ideas travel faster than ever, understanding how beliefs shape our perspectives is more crucial than ever. The ability to question, refine, and adapt our beliefs is what allows societies to grow and evolve over time. Think about it. Entire societies have been built and torn apart because of belief systems. From civil rights movements to revolutions, belief has the power to inspire both incredible change and, unfortunately, division. It has sparked movements that have fought for justice, equality, and freedom, leading to groundbreaking social progress. However, it has also fueled conflicts, wars, and ideological battles that have divided nations and communities. The same unwavering conviction that can drive people to advocate for human rights can also push others toward extremism when beliefs are weaponized. Throughout history, belief has been at the core of both unification and destruction. Religious awakenings have ushered in new eras of compassion and societal reform, while dogmatic ideologies have justified oppression and conquest. The power of belief has propelled scientific revolutions, the abolition of slavery, and movements for gender equality. Yet it has also been a driving force behind inquisitions, colonialism, and discrimination. In today's hyper-connected world, belief spreads faster than ever, shaping online discourse, political ideologies, and social justice movements. While collective belief has the potential to bring about unprecedented progress, it also creates echo chambers that deepen societal divides. Whether it's the power of collective faith in a cause or the dangers of ideological polarization, the impact of belief is undeniable in shaping the course of history. Understanding and navigating this power with critical thinking and open-mindedness is more important than ever. And in today's digital age, beliefs spread faster than ever. The internet has become a battlefield of ideas, where old traditions clash with new philosophies, and misinformation spreads like wildfire. With social media amplifying voices from every corner of the world, ideas that once took centuries to spread can now reach millions in a matter of seconds. Algorithms tailor content to our preferences, creating echo chambers that reinforce our pre-existing beliefs, making it harder than ever to distinguish truth from misinformation. The rise of deepfake technology, AI-generated content, and the rapid dissemination of unverified claims have further complicated our ability to discern fact from fiction. Online communities often operate in silos, where exposure to differing viewpoints is limited, leading to increased polarization. The speed at which false narratives spread can have real-world consequences, influencing elections, shaping public opinion, and even inciting conflict. So, how do we separate fact from fiction? The answer lies in critical thinking, media literacy, and a willingness to engage with perspectives different from our own. It requires actively seeking out diverse sources, questioning the credibility of information, and fostering meaningful conversations that challenge our assumptions. In an age where misinformation is abundant, the ability to think critically is more vital than ever. Debunking myths and misconceptions. All right, let's bust some myths. First off, not all religious people reject science, and not all atheists are against spirituality. Some of the greatest scientific minds in history, think Galileo, Newton, and even modern physicists, were deeply religious, showing that faith and reason are not always at odds. In fact, many religious traditions have contributed to scientific progress, with scholars in the Islamic Golden Age, such as Alhazen and Avicenna, making groundbreaking advancements in optics, medicine, and astronomy. Christian universities during the Middle Ages preserved classical knowledge and helped lay the groundwork for modern scientific inquiry. Beyond this, religious institutions have historically played a key role in establishing early hospitals, universities, and centers of learning that fostered scientific exploration. Islamic scholars developed algebra and advanced medical practices, while Christian monks meticulously copied and preserved ancient texts that would later fuel the Renaissance. Hindu and Buddhist scholars made profound contributions to mathematics and astronomy, demonstrating that religious and scientific thought often evolved hand in hand. The relationship between science and religion has always been complex, but history proves that the two have often worked in tandem rather than in opposition. Even today, many scientists hold religious beliefs, and numerous theological discussions explore the intersections between faith and scientific discoveries, particularly in fields like cosmology, genetics, and neuroscience. On the other hand, many atheists and agnostics explore spirituality through philosophy, meditation, and ethical frameworks that guide their lives. Some turn to existentialism or humanism to find meaning in a universe without divine oversight, while others embrace mindfulness practices rooted in ancient traditions. Spirituality doesn't have to be tied to religion. For many, it's about a sense of wonder, a connection to nature, or the pursuit of personal growth and inner peace. The world isn't just black and white. It's a rainbow of perspectives, shaped by history, culture, and personal experience. The key is to approach differences with curiosity and respect, rather than assumptions and stereotypes. By engaging in open-minded dialogue and seeking to understand different viewpoints, we can build bridges of mutual respect and appreciation, even when we don't agree. The key? Critical thinking. Question everything. Do your research, and most importantly, stay open-minded. We grow by listening to different perspectives, not just reinforcing our own. Critical thinking allows us to challenge misinformation, separate bias from fact, and develop a nuanced understanding of the world. It's not about rejecting beliefs outright, but about assessing them with logic and reason. Conclusion: embracing diversity and the future. So, what does the future of belief look like? As we move deeper into the 21st century, advancements in artificial intelligence, neuroscience, and quantum physics are challenging long-held notions of consciousness and existence. New ethical dilemmas are arising, prompting fresh debates on morality, free will, and what it means to be human. Meanwhile, globalization is fostering unprecedented levels of interfaith and intercultural exchanges, leading to the birth of hybrid spiritualities and philosophical ideologies. With AI generating religious texts, virtual reality shaping spiritual experiences, and scientific breakthroughs redefining our understanding of the universe, our belief systems will continue to evolve in ways we can't even predict. The interpretation of sacred scriptures like the Bible and the Quran is also being re-examined in modern contexts, leading to new theological discussions and interfaith dialogues. The increasing role of AI-driven decision-making in ethical and philosophical contexts raises questions about the nature of human agency and the intersection of technology with faith. AI is already assisting in theological studies, predicting religious trends, and even offering virtual religious guidance, redefining how people connect with the divine. So, what do you believe? Drop a comment below and let's talk. Whether you find meaning in science, spirituality, philosophy, or a mix of all three, your perspective matters. Let's keep the conversation going. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the evolution of belief systems, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our next big topic. Your support helps us bring more thought-provoking content to you. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious and open-minded.